Hello everybody and welcome to another PSP collection update. Unfortunately, I have been running into some financial troubles lately and I just can't buy as many PSP games as I would like because I had to be a responsible adult, apparently, whatever that means. So this might be the last collection update I do for a while. What I might do next month, if there is no new PSP games bought, I might do a collection so far video and we'll go through all the games I bought so far. But anyway, I digress. Let's get to what we've got this month. Many of these games and films, for the majority part, but they are actually films, were provided by Gamers from Saturn. Link below, because it's been doing a really good job supporting my channel and giving me content. So first we have this one's called Rob Van Dam, wrestler. Don't know much about him, but it's a UMD. It's one of a few UMDs that actually comes with a pamphlet inside. And more interestingly, flip it over. We've got advertisements for like Game Boy Advance, GameCube, an Xbox in a Sony product. That's quite. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's ever happened before or since. We also have Like Mike, not a film I've heard of. Did a little bit of research on it. It's a comedy. And it's like, oh, we're kids and I'm going to get really good, blah, blah, blah. It's one of those comedies. You can't beat the best comedy of them all. Dodgeball. You could dodge a wrench. You could dodge a ball. We've got Hancock. Now that's a film, absolutely fantastic film that will likely never get a sequel now because Will Smith, ow, that actually kind of hurt now, my ear's ringing. Anyway, he slapped Chris Rock. Layer Cake, interesting thing about this film, I've never seen it, I had the chance to see it, and for some reason I passed up on it because I wanted to see something else instead. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been Quantum of Solace, which would have been a huge mistake. Superbad. I don't need to say too much about this film. You have to have seen it. If you haven't seen it, you are missing out. This is a bloody classic. A classic film. It's just perfect. Look at how young he looks. Oh my god. And look, Scott Pilgrim's there too. I wonder if Scott Pilgrim is on UMD. But for those who don't know, Scott Pilgrim, one of my most favourite films by my favourite director, Edgar Wright. Don't know why I'm pointing to heaven, he's not dead. Madden 09. Never played a Madden game, do not know the rules of Madden. And I keep saying to myself, if I want to learn the rules to a sport, I learn by doing. And I don't know anyone else that plays American football. So I imagine this will be the best way to learn. You know, what is a scrimmage? You know. Kingdom of Heaven, another classic film with an insert as well. I don't know if you notice, but each time I pick something up, I give it a little bit of a shake to see if anything's rattling. And hey, look, there it is, Dodgeball. And I think I do actually have Dodgeball. I really do need to just do a collection so far video, don't I? Now this game is called Modified Air Combat Heroes, and the reason I'm doing that is because look at that box. It's really nice. Really like it's kind of like a Pokemon shiny card. You know, we've got a booklet inside, as is tradish. If it doesn't have a booklet inside, it's not CIB, unfortunately. And it comes with a really nice UMD. This is actually, I'm taking a look at it because this box, considering the age of the PSP, it's very rare to find a box in this good condition. I can't wait to take these labels off later on. Let's have a deep dive into that. Oh, this is a good one. Blade, what film? I think it was the second Blade film where Wesley Snipes, who at the time, I'm sure he's calmed down now, but he was a bit of a bad boy back then. He was very difficult to work with, and it was either Blade. I think it might have been Blade Trinity. He was waking up on a table and he just refused to open his eyes. He refused to open his eyes for some bizarre reason. I don't know. I'm a broadcast, my name's Wesley Snipes, blah, blah, blah. And so we had to CGI opening his eyes over, oh, we had to CGI his eyes onto his eyes. I will show you, you know what, I'll just do a clip, there you go. And begin a clip. Yeah, how ridiculous is that? Absolutely ridiculous. Wesley Snipes, what a character. We also have MX vs ATV. This is actually a series of games that you don't really see around too much anymore. We kind of went down on the wayside. We're still around in the PS3 era, but sort of drifted off, and now we're nowhere to be seen. You don't see these games anymore. I think the last game we had that was kind of like this was MotorStorm, but that's completely a different game anyway. Dirty Sanchez. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. There was a film, I think it was Scary Movie 3 or Scary Movie 2, and one of them said, oh, why is my nickname Dirty Sanchez? And she goes, oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. I never got the joke. Like, why is her name being Dirty Sanchez a funny joke? I feel like this would maybe answer that question for me. I mean, it took Gamer from Saturn, link down below, to explain to me what a number of, I think it's an innuendo. Green Street, released at a time when I only ever saw Elijah Wood as Frodo Baggins. He can't do anything else. He's going to be typecast as Frodo forever, and to be quite honest, he is typecast as Frodo, and that's very sad, because I don't think any actor should be typecast. But this film is one of a few films, when it comes to pure acting, this is Elijah Wood at his best. At his very best. In The Hobbit, you kind of get the vibe, Elijah Wood is playing himself a bit, you know, he's like, like Ryan Reynolds only plays himself, which is not a bad thing. Elijah Wood in Green Street is a bloody masterpiece. That is his top tier acting. You really get a vibe that he's an American, out of his water, in the UK, trying to get into British football culture, which is incidentally very violent. This is a must-watch film for everybody. If you're American and you want to understand a bit about British culture, watch this film. If you're British and you want to make fun of people and you want to mislead Americans about British culture, watch this film. Longest Yard, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler being a classic case of an actor who just plays himself. He just plays the same character in every single film, which isn't a bad thing. One of my favourite comedies is Happy Gilmore film. Is an Adam Sandler film, Happy Gilmore, you know. Why don't you go, ball? Why don't you go home, ball? Go home. It's over there. FIFA 08, otherwise known as EA Football Club, I think it's called now. Yeah, not much to say about that. It's FIFA. You played one, you played them all. Hey, speaking of football, Football Manager Handheld 09, Sega game, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Never actually played one of these. I think I gave it a go once, but it was nothing but graphs. But I'm willing to give it a good shot because I've heard nothing but good things about this series. The Hills of Ice 2. I've seen the first one, so maybe this is the perfect time to play the sequel. Virtua Tennis 3. The Virtua series, you got Virtua Fighter, Virtua Tennis, and I think there's a couple, I think there's a Virtua Soccer. One of the first next generation video games I was excited for. I read about it in a magazine for the lead up for the PS3. It was Virtua Fighter, and it looked bloody amazing. I always wanted to play it. Whenever I see Virtua, I always think about my disappointment of how I've still never played that game. Still. Alvin and Chipmunks. Alvin. So this guy here is from another one of my favourite comedies. I can't remember what his bleeding name is. Jason Lee, that's it. Jason Lee. He was actually in another one of my favourite films called Mallrats, if you've ever heard of that. Oh, I see that. It's a sailboat. But you probably won't get that because you never seen Mallrats. And to be fair, not many people have. Little Britain, probably quite possibly one of the most offensive things to come out of the UK since the Conservative Party. Yeah. Happy Feet, Elijah Wood again, just defying all possible expectations. When I was a kid and this came out, I genuinely thought Elijah Wood couldn't find work anymore after Lord of the Rings because he was a bad actor. I don't know. Maybe I just can't. I don't know. I just got it in my head that he was washed up suddenly because Lord of the Rings ended. That's not the case. Obviously, I've grown up now, but I genuinely thought Elijah Wood was a washed-up actor to have to go and do a kids' film. I was so naive. It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV, and burn those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely. Lucky there's a Family Guy. Yeah, I've never seen Family Guy. I'm joking. I've seen pretty much every episode up to a point. It used to come on BBC Three, before BBC Three died. That was a great time when I was in college and you're up till, like, you just sort of play, you don't sleep as a teenager, and it's like, it would have been, I think it was at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching Family Guy, American Dad, and 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. That was the life, and I kind of miss it. Simple times. And this last one it's not something I've ever heard of. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. It's got Antonio Banderas in it, though. Sorrow. Or for the younger viewers, Spy Kids. I'm not sure. That's not even a younger viewer thing anymore. Spy Kids is like 20 years old. Bloody hell. Oh, Johnny. Just tearing it off. And look at Johnny Depp's in this as well. I actually thought that was Johnny Depp for a second because his name's there, but this is actually him here. It just looks so young. So, like Johnny Depp is kind of unrecognisable these days, isn't he? But I'm looking forward to watching that. I didn't know. What is it? It's got your classic cast in. Yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to watching that film. Anyway, that is my collection update. Thank you all for watching. I am going to try and get some PSP games for next month because I really want my last, the last PSP update video I do every year to be a collection update video. So just do a quick run through of all my PSP games and just show more, a showcase, if you will. I won't be able to do that every year because the collection's going to get out of hand, but it will be fun to do all the same. And I'll lose my words. It's late. It's like, what time is it? It's practically midnight and I'm old and I need to go to sleep. So, cheerio guys. And I will see you all next week. New video every Sunday as usual. Never miss a week yet. Bye.